Well, I slept really well last night despite it being very bouncy at times. It's not the most protected of places here, on this breakwater particularly. Having said that, it was force 9 severe gales out at sea, so I can't really complain about my time here. So yeah, I'm about to go to Ramsgate now, so why don't you come with me? So this is how I've tied Britaly up. I've never had to tie a boat up you know, with such care in all my life. Lots and lots of lines on there, lots of fenders. Some good news is, remember yesterday I gave the boat a little dink? Well, there's basically nothing there, so there's no gel coat repair or anything to do. It's absolutely fine. That's nice. Just over the other side from the marina, there's a kind of commercial port, and at the moment there's a jack-up platform in there, owned by Fugro, who are a company that I have worked for in my freelance offshore work. There's a gunpowder store, so it's got double walls, and apparently it doesn't look very big, but it must go down quite deep because there's room for 600 barrels of gunpowder in there apparently. Then there's a locked area to the marina, which is, you know, a lot more sheltered and protected, but I believe this is for long-term berth holders. Here is the Royal Temple Yacht Club, so I'm going to go in there. I'm going to try and find somebody who can give me some advice for my passage going to Calais. So rather than try and work everything out on my own, I might as well see if I can get in. It looks, everybody's extremely well dressed. There's a dinner on tonight, so I may not be really dressed for the occasion, but it'd be nice to get some advice from someone and use their collective experience rather than just trying to work everything out on my own. I did get some useful advice there, so that was definitely worth my stop off. And now it's time for me to go and get some more food. I've got my shopping, as in many other places now. The vast majority of this is a self-pay kind of, you know, DIY machines that you just do stuff. But I always try and use a person when I can. There's a person over here, even if it means a little longer wait, because if we don't do that, and sooner rather than later, there will be no people left. Anyway, I just try and do my bit to try and maintain the world the way I'd like it to be. It's the same with cash actually. I try and use cash as well because it's going to be no time at all and we're going to be sleepwalking into a cashless society, which is kind of not great on many different levels. Anyway, I don't do politics. I just thought I'd mention those two things. Do you know what's just suddenly dawned on me right now? This is potentially my last night in the UK for goodness knows how long, and it may be the last time that I sail with Britaly in the UK, maybe even ever. So yeah, mixed emotions. I'm really desperate to get back to see Rossella and Emma. I really can't wait, so I'm in a rush in that sense. But there are so many places in the UK that I wanted to see. You know, we wanted to go to London in the boat. That's where Rossella and I met. I have to pick up on my phone there because the battery died. Yeah, we met in London 15 years ago. It would have been lovely to go back there with Emma to do a little trip in the boat together, but it wasn't meant to be. There are also so many other places, you know, the south coast like Devon, Cornwall. They're just beautiful. So many gorgeous bays to anchor and everything. Anyway, pasture's new. Very much looking forward to, well, at the moment, France, then Belgium, and France again, and then the Mediterranean. So new horizons beckon. There's lots to look forward to there. And right now I'm just really most excited about hugging Rossella and Emma. That's really what's in my mind, the number one thing in my mind right now. Anyway, I'm going to go back to the boat now. See you there. Passage planning. It's very important and it kind of determines exactly what I'm doing. Last night when I was doing my passage plan for today's sail, I actually discovered that it was not going to be a good idea to do what I was planning on doing. So I have revised the plan and I am going to leave Ramsgate Harbour because it's been very rolling here and it's not particularly very comfortable. And I like being at anchor whenever possible, so I'm going to go and try and anchor off Deal in Kent. There's a pier which I can anchor nearby. I've done lots of kind of research on that. It should be absolutely fine. And then that will set me up for tomorrow morning to cross the English Channel to France, all being well. So let's get cracking. Well, there's really quite a spooky atmosphere out here already. It's not even dark yet. But yeah, here we go. Visibility is quite poor, really, and the Goodwin Sands are just over there, which are some sandbanks which shift because the currents here are really quite strong. So the sand, it shifts position, but you know the general area of the sandbanks remains the same. It's been there for hundreds of years, so they used to use it as a big ship's anchorage. I believe 800 ships were recorded at one point, anchored between the mainland and the sandbanks there. Gave them a little bit of protection to wait for the right tides and the weather to go to different destinations. And there were some battles around that area too. There were lots of wrecks in this area. In fact, I was very careful to check online before deciding to anchor here off Deal Pier. I spent quite a lot of time double checking. I even found a source for LiDAR to see the actual seabed, to make sure I wasn't going to be dropping the hook in an area with wreckage, because that would be a nightmare. So anyway, hopefully all will go well. Wish me luck. If anyone's wondering why I'm not sailing, you must be joking. This is stressful enough as it is. Seal over there. Okay, I'm approaching Deal Pier. To be honest, this is such an unusual thing for somebody to do, I think. It wouldn't surprise me if somebody phoned, like the Coast Guard or something. Because I don't think many sailors do this kind of thing really around here. I could be wrong, could be utterly wrong, but I don't think I've ever seen anybody anchored off Blackpool, off any of the piers there, so it might be a similar thing here. Anyway, I'm going to do it. Now this, for me, is peace and quiet. I absolutely love, you know, you do move around at anchor. I'll show you how much fetch there is shortly, this stretch of water. So just thought I'd show you this Anchor Watch. It's a free app. I've just put the radius up to 100 metres. I've got 50 metres of chain out. And I've put the radius up to 100 metres because I don't want any spurious alarms to wake me up and scare the daylights out of me. I've got loads of room there, you know, 100, so that's 100 metres, 100 metres. You know, I'm miles and miles, well, I'm not miles away from the pier. I am about 150 metres away from the pier. So, you know, there's loads of time for me to take action should I start to drag to that. And this phone will be plugged in, being charged all night, and that'll just stay on the alarm, will wake me up if anything happens, which it won't because I've just pulled back at 2,500 RPM, and I know that the anchor is super well set. I really like our anchor as well. I really trust it. So that's me all set now. Still got a lot to do. I've got a passage plan to do for tomorrow, which is going to take me hours and hours and hours. I can't tell you how much time I've spent recently doing my passage plans. It's very tough with all the different factors to think about here, the tides and the weather. It's October in the UK. That's not traditionally a very good month for well, a lot of things really. But yeah, here we are. We're anchored. So let's go inside and let everybody know we're safe first of all, and then we can think about getting some food on and sorting out the passage plan for tomorrow.
There are warnings of gales in Dogger, Fisher, German Bights, Humber, Thames, Dover, White, Portland, Plymouth, Biscay and Fitzroy.
Hi Emma! Hi Emma, say hi to the camera. Say hello camera.
Concentration of fishing vessels. Fishing vessels will be encountered working in the southwest lane between the Greenwich Light vessel and the Charlie Sierra 1 buoy. All vessels are advised to navigate with caution and to maintain a sharp lookout. Voyage information: in the northeast bound lane, the Vagoya Nord Light buoy is missing. Safety broadcast: mariners are requested to report any unusual activity or sightings of small vessels transiting the Dover Strait. Vessels with information should contact Dover Coast Guard on VHF Channel 16. The next routine broadcast will be made by Grenade Traffic on VHF Channel 79 at 2010 UTC. Broadcast ends. Dover Coast Guard listening on Channel 16 and 11 Dover Coast Guard out.
Right then, just to fill you in, before I came in the boat I orientated myself. There are some buoys out there for the sandbanks and things. I tried to get my head around which was which in case anything were to happen. I've got a kind of free run out there so I know which way to go. But that's obviously not going to be the case. Been very busy. I've just done my passage plan, just finished that now. It is about 20 past 11 and I need to leave at 4 o'clock in the morning because I want to get in. There's some really strong winds forecast later on. I want to get in before they hit. So that is the plan. I've now got more work to do because I've got to transfer some files. My SD card is full in the big camera nearly and the one in the GoPro are full, so I need to transfer files. That's going to take at least 25 minutes. Okay guys, ciao.